It's me with Speedy Gonzalez, and it's puppy transport time. What are we doing, Tammy?
We're taking the babies back to Chanel. She's back from vacation. Her and Jake.
So we've got, what, 9 fluffy puppies back there? A couple of other doggies. And so the point here is you've got to be a little bit careful about not getting dogs stressed, moving them, not getting them too hot, not getting drafts on them. So right now we've got the puppies that are back in a clear plastic container back here so we can see them. And they're all, the big boys there, they're all looking around, they all look quite happy. So there's nobody's there's any stressed.
Yeah.
We've got one whiny baby back there, but just one whiny baby's not worrying us too much. And what are we on, a half an hour trip?
Yeah.
Not too long.
30 minutes.
Okay, so questions and answers. Blah, blah, blah. Kim Arlena says, I just hope you educate your buyers on the Merle gene. When if doubled up causes blind and deaf puppies. Well, you're exactly right. So what do? You absolutely do not ever breed a Merle to a Merle.
Never, ever.
Never, ever. Don't do it. Never. Because 1/4 of the
we always tell people that.
Yes, 1/4 of the litter will be double Merle, and they have a really good high incidence of deafness and blindness and other problems. So just don't do it. Cryptic Merles that you don't show that they're Merle, they actually supposedly can be bred to a Merle. You only have a 4% incidence of having problems, so it's probably okay. So we don't have any cryptic Merles, so no experience with it. So there we go on that one. Yorkshire Roots says, love your videos. I have a question which I hope is acceptable to ask. Well, any question is acceptable. If it's unacceptable, we'll either not answer it or we'll tell you. So quite acceptable. Do you ever have herpes shots for pregnant mother dogs? No, I don't think there's such a thing. Herpes is, well, no, in Europe I believe that there is now a vaccine to stop herpes in dogs. It's not available in the US yet. So I may be wrong about that, but I think they have developed a vaccine, but I'm pretty sure it's not available in the US yet. How do you get fluffy Frenchies? Well, you breed 2 dogs that are at least fluffy carriers, and then 1/4 of the litter will be fluffies. Or you breed full fluffies, then the whole litter is fluffies, which we just had a litter of. Somebody says, Big Raw says, wow, 0 dislikes. We like 0 dislikes. We get a few dislikes in there. I don't get very many dislikes. We get a few people who are grumpy at us. Look, if you've got a dislike, let us know why you've got a dislike, because either we'll address that to either say that you're full of rubbish or that we're full of rubbish. We won't skimp on it, I promise you. We won't be nasty to people, and we will fess up when we've made mistakes. And by the way, I think I may have made a mistake on the last one on probability, because I've got a feeling I've got my XX and my XYs wrong, and it's actually the male who predicts the litter, the sex. So the whole gist of the whole thing is okay, but I may have got that mixed up. I just got that through my head because I did that like 2 hours ago. Hi, can you give private tuition? Nope. No, can't do it.
Oh, my Lord.
Here's the reason why. I mean, look, we'd love to do it for you, but I get so many calls as it is, and there's just not enough time of the day to do that.
And it would cost so much money.
Well, I mean, it's just, we wouldn't be able to, I don't know, I probably get 50 text and phone calls every day. It's all free.
Nobody realizes that.
Yeah, and
they think you're sitting there waiting just for their one phone call.
And I mean, if it takes 3 minutes
question.
a phone call, and I do 50 of them, right? Think about it, that's 3 hours of my day eaten up, taking care of your stuff.
I love the one where it says, I just have one question.
Yeah, and it's a 10. So the answer is no, can't do the private tuition. Sorry, folks.
No.
Don't want to sound rude, but it's just not something we can do. Look at those puppies are crying away in there, aren't they?
Lands, just come on out and turn on your blinker as you're coming out.
Okay. Narana Nayar says, I follow your videos. It's far more convenient to understand than others. Well, thank you. I'm a new breeder and I've recently purchased a Merle. I want to know how to use this Merle to produce blue or exotic colours? Please help. Well, I mean, this is such a generalised question. I don't think I can answer it in any sensible way. Look, what can a Mural do? What can a Mural do, Tammy?
Huh?
What can a Mural puppy? What can a Mural dog do?
I don't know, but I'm listening to the baby, and I was fixing to tend to it. So you answer.
Well,
your
Murals
question.
can produce Murals. That's it. A Mural is just one more gene, and a Mural can produce Murals and not Murals. You know, we had another comment in there about don't put Murals with Murals. So when you put a Mural
We
with a
always put a
non-Mural,
Mural with a solid.
yeah, with a non-Mural.
You get half and
Well, it could be a pied, but a Mural with a non-Mural produces a letter half Murals. That's all I can tell you about that. In terms of whether you can produce blues or other colours, you've got to have those genes present in both parents to make it happen. Hi, sweet boy Draco, you are so handsome.
He is.
Isn't he? He is just a nice looking little dog.
He's sold.
He is sold, and he's a really.
He's going with his sister Luna to a customer.
Yeah, yes, they're coming. They're
Yeah.
flying in and driving back.
Yeah,
that's
they're
great.
from Florida.
Yes, right. There's a really nice litter, and Draco's not the only nice dog in there, but I just like little Draco. He's just
Well,
looking at me back here.
The light one in the bunch, and the rest
Well, he
of
stands
them are all
out,
dark.
doesn't he?
Yeah,
He stands out because of that. So that's
It's kind
part
of like
of
when
it.
we had Labradors. If you had a white one or a cream one, it literally, their black eyeballs and their black nose, it just so pretty. Got an ugly Tesla in front of us.
Oh, Susan again says, hey, we've had bad storms the last 2 evenings, and mine have decided they're not fun of it. Lightning and thunder, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, that's true, isn't it? It's like when we had fireworks July the 4th, that's always the time when the dog's not happy.
Oh, Jetta, she just, you had to put her up.
German Shepherd, she was not happy.
If
Yes.
she got out of her fixed area,
Oh, she goes nuts. She just ran off.
Yeah. She was trying to get away from it. Then I had one dog, Bandy, that was literally destroy a firework before it would finish up. That scared me to death. She was a little cow dog, Australian shepherd that we had.
Chubby's Bulldogs India says, my bulldog had a successful litter of 4 puppies. I followed all your videos, and one puppy has a cleft palate. I'm two-breeding it from day 3. When do you suggest the operation be done? Thank you very much. Well, you are on a rough road. A cleft palate, not just a hair lip, but a cleft palate that goes all the way to the back of the palate. That dog cannot suckle because there's
of
an
the split.
Yeah, the split is an opening between the mouth and the nose, so when it tries to suck, it can't produce a vacuum, can't get fed. So you
Like when you have a split in your straw and you're trying to drink
That's a great example.
your pop.
That's a great. I love that example.
Yeah.
I know I thought that's a great example. Yeah, that's exactly right. So what do you do in a situation where you have a straw with a split?
Tape it up.
Yeah.
Throw it away, get a new one.
Well, you tape it up, which is what this
Yeah.
operation is. And so the question is, when can you do the operation? Well, you can't do operations on puppies that are, 1-2 pound puppies. They've got to have to be 6 months old. I mean, it may be 4, but look, here's the battle. You've got to get the dog to be 4 months old. And we have battled this a few times, unsuccessfully, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I think that the right answer to this is that there are people who will take these puppies in and look after them, and I guess they get somewhere with them, but we've not been successful, and we've tried. We haven't had very many cleft palates.
Depends on how bad it is.
Yep. Yeah. I think you're in for a bad trip on this one. So what most vets will say is, hey, can we put this dog down for you right when it's born? I know it sounds really sad, but I think that's probably... So there may be some things that you can do to avoid cleft
Well,
palates.
they also look at it, and if it's small enough, then
Yes.
they say, well, you got a 50-50 chance, so...
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
take those odds.
Mhm.
We give it a shot. I think I have done a video on maybe there's a correlation between cleft palates, and maybe you can help those things with folic acid.
Yeah.
So these days we give
Chanel's dog is taking folic acid.
5 milligrams every day.
Yep.
So I think it's a good idea. It's so safe. It's cheap. There's the downside is about 0. So, and here's the other thing: if you have a litter with a single cleft palate in it, and a girl who's never had a cleft palate before, it's probably just bad luck. If you have a litter of 8 puppies and 2 or 3 of them got cleft palates, that is not a good situation. I think you have to seriously look at what's going on. So this is what I'd recommend. Do not breed back 2 dogs that have produced cleft palates. And if you breed again to an unrelated dog and you have more cleft palates, you probably don't need to breed that dog. Well, Raj French is talking about the progesterone machine that we offer everybody, the Fine Care machine. Says, I have one, the same product in Canada. I just wanted to say I agree with you. I enjoy my machine. It's very easy to use. It is easy to use. Look at this litter here, 9 puppies. That came from that progesterone machine. Cody just had a litter of 10 Murals.
Oh, yeah.
Came from a breeding that was based on that machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your Instagram? Do we have an Instagram account? Do you have one?
I have one, but it's not our.
We're going to give it out? It's not for my breeder supplies.
We do have a Love My Pups.
Okay, there's Love My Pups Instagram.
Right. But there's not very much on there.
I've never heard this one before.
Updated.
No, right. Blanca Hernandez says, and I'm going to let Tammy answer this one. In Frenchies, does the male have to be bigger or smaller than the female?
It doesn't have to be, but it sure makes life a lot easier for your female.
That's the answer I like. That's the right answer. I like it when my wife and I agree with things because we disagree so much of the time. That's the truth, isn't it?
Butt heads.
We do agree about disagreeing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do you think that I'm going to stop this. This is going to be the end of this video. We're just going to have a little conversation about stud dog sizes with females, when you'd use one versus another, and why. So, you made the statement, and I agree with you, that you like to see small males with females. Why?
But I just said that it makes it easier on the female.
Yeah, so...
Baby size.
Okay.
So that's not always true, but the majority of the time it's true.
No, I'm just thinking about the naysaying, so I can disagree with you. And why are we going to say that? When would that not be true? So here'd be a time when I think that wouldn't be true. If you've got a really small female, then you have to think twice about. I mean, I'm talking about a dog that's like 15 pounds, 14. We've bred dogs successfully. Kiki is a 16-pound dog, right?
Yep.
Had a great litter of what, 5 or 6 babies, and just super successful. And you know,
somebody's masked. I smell it. That's okay.
It's
We're
not those
almost
guys,
there.
they're all sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just correct me, Tammy, if you don't agree with what I'm saying here. So first off, you've got to ask yourself, what do you like in a French Bulldog? So that's the question I'm asking Tammy right now. What do you like size-wise? What do you want to see in a French Bulldog? What do you like size-wise in a French Bulldog?
Size-wise, small.
The breed standard's no bigger than 27 pounds. That's the AKC breed standard.
27 is big to me.
Yeah, I think it is too. So what was the perfect size? If you had a weight range for a Frenchie, what would it be?
In my females, 18 pounds.
Yeah, so 18 to 22 pounds, that's what we like to see in dogs that we produce, right?
Uh-huh.
So, you know, how do you get there? Well, you get the 18-pound females that you breed back to similar size males. It's hard to come up with an 18-pound male. We've got some. We've got Dior, Sterling, Picasso. They are all...
Sterling and Dior,
60 to 17, Picasso 17 pounds. They're all small boys. But look, here's the problem. The problem is that typically that... we get the sun glaring on us. If you get really small males, they tend not to have very big testicles and they may not be able to pull very well. They have a good semen content.
Yeah, you have to be careful on real small
So
males.
a 12-pound male would be something, but unfortunately probably not going to be much of a producer. So that's the downside of that. The upside of a small male is that if you get 26, 28, 30, 32-pound dogs and you breed it back to a 17-pound dog like Picasso, you've got a really good chance that quite a few of those puppies are going to be smaller puppies, and significantly smaller
Sometimes
puppies.
those small males have some big jewels.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
Well, Picasso, he produced like a freight train.
Yeah.
And we've got Hercules and Bazinga, 2 more small dogs that can produce like crazy. They're sub 20-pound dogs.
Mm.
Rango is going to be, you know, a 21-pound dog. And then the other thing about this is when you start talking about sizes of males, there's 2 different things about size. There's physical size and there's bone structures and physique. So you look at a dog like Rango,
Oh, he's bone and short and stocky.
So he's going to be
a little bulldog.
He's going to be a small frame dog with quite a bit of meat on the bone, isn't he? So that's a good thing in my book. You know, what we don't want is
That's from Isaac.
Oh, is that where that came from?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What we don't want is long, in either males or females. For us, we don't want to see what we call limousine dogs. No. There's people out there.
I always feel like the males pick up the bad side of the female.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
I don't have any reason why I can. It's just anecdotal. I mean, it just doesn't.
It's
really,
like in horses too.
Does it happen in horses? Okay, interesting. Yeah. So if you go back 15 years ago, we thought that limousine females, long females,
you'd have lots of puppies.
Have lots of puppies. I can tell you. I can tell you.
One or two.
I can tell you
that's when we first started out.
Yeah, that's not proven to be the case.
No.
And I can tell you this: long females have a better chance of producing longer back puppies.
Oh gosh, yes.
So, not keen on that personally. So, if you've got a longer back female, don't give up on her. Just breed her back to a small, short back male. So back to this: should the male be bigger than the female? No. I think if anything, maybe the male should be, if you can get it, smaller than the female. But there's people out there who like dogs that look more like, American Bullies. They like these 30-pound, wide-stanced dogs with this bulldog, Winston Churchill look to them. And that's not what we go after, but each to their own. So it just depends on what your goals are here. But anyway, there we go. So we get a phone call from somebody. We're going to take this phone call and we're going to say thanks for watching and good luck with your breeding. Bye.